Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome to Runt9 Looks at Cubic Currency. Cubic Currency is a neat dice-based roguelite that came out around August of last year from developer and publisher PJ Rivas. From my understanding, it is a management kind of roguelite that basically you use dice in kind of a deck building, except it's a dice building way to build up your character with some cool abilities. You have to meet rent payments, you make some deals for cash, and basically it's a little bit of a dystopian cyberpunk capitalist future, and has a lot of similarities to Luck Be a Landlord, but with dice. As I did find Luck Be a Landlord to be a great game, I'm quite excited to see what this game has to offer. Dicey Dungeons was a great game. Yeah, absolutely. I think that dice-based roguelites is something we need more of, just simply because there's a lot of neat things that you can do with dice, and I don't think it's really been explored to its fullest potential. And even though, you can complain about the RNG of dice, I feel like if you're given enough ways to mitigate that, like Dicey Dungeons has, you get that perfect combination of RNG that you can never really get with a deck builder that just offers some crazy, clip farming, if you will, mixed with the strategy of, I've got these dice, how do I manipulate these dice to limit the RNG as much as possible? So why don't we click play and go through the tutorial and see what this game is all about. Welcome Runt9 to the business of dice trading. Press continue to navigate the tutorial. Every day begins and ends with clicking the open sign. Click it now to open the shop. Customers will approach your shop and offer you a trade. Complete trades to earn more money, dice and abilities. Customer offers, customer wants, okay? The customer wants a different set of dice than we have. Open the info panel to remind yourself of dice value. Notice that a high die is worth more than a mid die. We can complete this deal using all 3 dice at a small loss. Completing this deal will earn you $25, 2 dice, and 1 use of raise, which I assume is some sort of upgrade. Complete this deal to continue. Press send once the dice are in the payment box. So we give you one of those, and then we trade a high value die down, so we lose a little bit, but then you give us 2 low dice and some money. Some offers like this one are comically bad to the eyes of a trained trader. You can and should decline offers you don't want to complete. Decline this deal to skip the customer and continue. This customer is a real sucker, but you don't have the dice they want. You can use abilities to manipulate the system to your advantage. Try using raise to increase a low die to the next value to continue. Like a low or mid dice to turn it into a dice of greater value. Excellent work. You can now complete this transaction or not. Everything is always or not. After you are done with all your customers, you must close the shop. You can do this by clicking on the open sign again. Okay, so you use your dice to make trades, and that's kind of the loop. Already interested? But are these actually dice or are these squares? Because I want to actually roll some dice. The streets seemed unusually empty on your usual way home. You might have noticed that your extra dice were removed at the end of the day and turned into cold, hard cash. If you want to save your dice, you have to put them into a stasis chamber. Try putting that die into stasis to continue. Well done, that die will be safe from the harsh environment of the shop. Click and drag it out of the chamber at any time. Go ahead and start your next day. We're almost done here. I want you to stop as much as you do. That's all you need to know. Good luck on your trading. By the way, you owe rent every 3 days, which is more than a generous amount of time. You can check how much you owe in the info panel at the end of each day. Okay, roll all your dice again, vaporize a die and create 2 dice of lesser value. That's one of my favorite mechanics in Dicey Dungeons. So my camera is currently covering up the deals. Looks like I can either cover up the dice that we're trading or try to go up here. I think up here is going to work pretty well. So you've got split, reroll, raise, and print. Create 3 new dice. And it looks like if you want to use more stasis chambers, you have to do this. Ability charge print. So we can get new dice with this current deal. No coupons, trade values. $250 must be paid in a day. So we can give you a medium and a small to print 3 new dice. You know what? I feel like that's worth it. I'll go ahead and take that trade. You want a single small for 22 bucks. We don't have any single smalls. So why don't we create 3 new dice? You know, we do need the cash. We have to get the 250s. So why don't we give you the single small? $41 and a small for 2 mediums. You know what? That seems worth it. That's a good chunk of cash. So we'll go ahead and do that one. 2 mediums for 30 and a split. I see the split being fairly beneficial, but that 30 isn't a lot. But it does make our high value die worth at least 2 smalls, if not 2 mediums. Because I don't know if it's random what it splits it into. It just says of lesser value. So imagine it's random as far as what it splits into. So you want 2 mediums, huh? The problem is we only have these 2 mediums. So I think for our first run, I mostly want to learn from experimentation. So why don't we do this and see what we might be able to get from splits. So it seems like we're out of people, which means that we have to close our shop, but we don't have enough to make rent. I will save that and close. Oh, due in 1 day. So I imagine it's going to say due today. Taking a different path than usual, you summit a large hill on this new route home. From the top, you can actually see the sunset across the grandiose city skyline. No effect. So it seems like you also get a random effect after each day. Okay, there we go. $250 must be paid at the end of the day. Makes sense. So we're going to drag this out. Give me an open. So we got 4 highs here and a medium. And we've got 1 split available. You're going to take a medium for a small and 18. I don't know about that. So we're basically valuing a medium at roughly $9. Or sorry, at roughly $36. That, okay, you know what? That seems fair. Yeah, I'll take that. You want a medium and a small for 44. So if we just valued a medium at 36 and a small at 18, we would be taking a loss based off of our last deal. Split a high, that was kind of my thought. Let's split a high, see what happens. Okay, so at least that time it split it evenly into 2. I'm also interested to see what these modifiers end up being and coupons. We'll go ahead and make this deal just because it is a good chunk of money, even though it's a little bit less value than we got on the last deal. $40 in a split for a high and a medium. I don't even need to think about that. That seems very valuable to have. A medium and a small for 41. Honestly, I'm going to decline that one. We've got our rent, and I don't want to split these for that deal. And we're done with the day. We're going to save a high, so I guess maybe that wasn't the best idea. We cannot afford to spend the 40 to save this. So I guess we're going to lose this high. So we pay rent. We're down to 35 bucks. When you arrive home, you notice an email from Dice Corp arrived while you were walking. Good afternoon. We're pleased to receive your rent payment and have a gift from corporate in return. As a reward for overperforming this period, Dice Corp is also awarding you 3 coupons. You can trade these for special rewards. This is what I'm talking about. In addition, a new line of child-friendly dice are being developed to introduce youngsters to the dice economy. Unfortunately, the first batch are far too unsafe. Please distribute them quickly. Forward any legal concerns to your shredder. Sharp dice are added to your dice pool. Using them in a trade will lower the money you earn from a customer. Okay. All right. Positive countermeasure. This week's negative modifier is negated. Looks like it's business as usual. Impatience. So this is negated by countermeasure. Impatience. Customers don't wait as long as at your shop. If they lose patience, they also take your money. So there would be a time factor. Hate that. Glad the countermeasure countered that completely. So we've got 1 high die, and we've got 3 coupons. Countermeasure negating the impatience. 52 and a random die for a high and a medium. I don't know about that one. The random die could be anything. We could get a high. So you know what? I'm going to send it. And if it gives us a small, too bad. Hey, we got a sharp high out of it. Ability charge reroll for a high and a medium. He's calling you a child, Adrian. That was the joke. He's calling you a child. So we're going to leave this off to the side. So if I split this, I wonder if it turns into 2 sharp mediums. I like the reroll, but we already have some decent stuff here. I'm going to decline that one. Merchant. Someone told me that Muchi exists in the shadows and is always listening. Adds golden dice to your dice pool. Pay with them to increase the customer's offer. Using reroll in front of a customer will make them offer more money. Upgrades an open stasis chamber. Dice in the upgraded chamber increase in value at the end of the day. Or you can pay 1 coupon apiece for the values for these. Okay, so the relics already look good. I like golden dice, but this one is a little bit more straightforward. Give me one of those and give me an upgrade. Actually, no, give me... I really like all these, though. Yeah, give me an upgrade. That sounds good. So you want 2 mediums for 57 and a split? Absolutely, I will take that. 2 mediums for a small and 36. So we previously valued a medium at 36. So we're taking basically an $18 loss on this one. But we do need 400. I'm gonna split this and see what happens. Okay, so it does make 2 thorny dice. So this is gonna lower the offer by 4. That's fine. You want 1 medium for 36, so that's right in line with what we've been taking before. And then we can place this in here. It's gonna get upgraded, and we can ignore this one, close the shop, and make some cash. $400 due in 2 days. I think we should be able to get there. Customers have mentioned that your sign is beginning to flicker. It is likely it requires a neon refill. Lose 17% of your money or possible neon failure. 17%. So 10% would be 17 bucks. So we'd lose about $30. I'll lose 30 bucks here. The math god has logged on. So we're going to take this out. We're going to open shop. Another thorny high value. So we would be losing $3 off of our usual price here. That's fine. A small for 23 is straight profit. 32 for 2 mediums and an upgrade. So it's less money than just a single medium should be worth. So we would basically be valuing this upgrade at $40. I don't know that I agree with that. Especially since we wouldn't have anything to use this on. We need splits, so I'm going to decline this one. 2 mediums for a random die and 62. So if you figure that random die is basically worth 10, so even if it's a small, this is actually a win. And it gave us a thorned high, which is okay. Not having a split makes this kind of rough, though. This is a reasonably fair trade, but I actually have to decline on this one. And that's the end of the day. So we're just going to take that and... This is worth approximately 72 minus 4 per medium. So this is probably worth about 60. So I'll spend the money to... Oh, it's unlocked permanently. Okay, I thought that was each time you wanted to put a die in there. Okay, well that changes things a little bit. So we definitely did not make much of a profit. So these are only worth 12 bucks, whereas if we save them, they're worth a lot more. So good to know. We have one more day and then the final day. So we have 2 more days to basically double our money. Car zooms past you, drenching you in water. No effect, but, you know, obviously that was rude of them. So we'll take our dice out and then give me that open. We got a thorned medium and a thorned small, or spiky. What do they call it? Sharp. A medium, so we're basically just valuing a reroll at 12 bucks here. I think that seems reasonable. Lowers it by 3. I'll take that. It's okay. 2 mediums for a small and 38. So this is 72 minus 18. So we're definitely taking a loss on this one, but we do need to get some cash at some point in time or another. Why don't we raise this up and go with that? Three mediums and a small for 2 smalls and 262. I'm pretty sure this is incredible. We just don't have any splits. And we're out of raises. So we literally just can't do this deal unless we re-roll this into a medium. Or higher. Oh, it re-rolls all of them. Well, you know what? Here you go. Thank you. 2 mediums for 31 and a split. I'm sorry I can't help you. 2 mediums. I'm sorry I can't help you. Yes, I can give you 2 smalls for 26. I don't really care to carry those over. Okay, so that was an interesting deal. So re-rolls everything. Need to keep that in mind. So we already have our 400 bucks. When you arrive home, oh, it took it then? Question mark. Blah, blah, blah. So we get 4 coupons. So I think leftover money is what becomes coupons. We recently fused plant life with plastic that's created dice that seem to grow in value the longer you leave them alone. Technically, they're alive, but that shouldn't stop you from selling them. Verdant dice are added to your dice pool. After each customer, they will increase in value. All right, so we've gone through a couple rent payments. I can already tell you, I'm a big fan of this game. It's got enough different mechanics interacting with a very simple, streamlined core game loop. Already a big fan. I could definitely see myself doing quite a few runs in this game, but it's got that luck be a landlord casualness to it, where I don't feel like I need so much investment in a run as far as like mental overhead that something like Monster Train would have. Not that I think Monster Train is bad, obviously, considering it's my favorite game of last year and the new DLC is incredible. Just more so that I do appreciate a roguelike that I can sink my teeth into at night when I'm kind of tired. Merchants visit the shop every day and you get a bonus 3 coupons to spend. More customers come to the shop, but offers are worse. $700 due in 2 days. Okay. We don't have any leftover dice, so we'll open, see what happens. So these are verdant. So after each customer, these will get upgraded. So as it is right now, if we sell this high for 27 and a split, the split is incredibly valuable right now, though, because it can split these verdants, which then get upgraded. So actually, I think that's valuable enough. I used to be a trader like you, then I failed a rent payment. Nice meme. Skipping a customer has a chance to grant a random ability. When a new die is rolled, it is more likely to be high value. Whenever you use an ability, there's a small chance to spawn a low dice. I love the censored here. So we have 7 coupons. I like the chance to spawn a die. And I like skipping a customer potentially being good. And give me... Actually, no. I want to save... Well, no, give me one more split. But I want to save that last 2 for a potential second merchant. So... I don't want to do this deal. Rather, I want to split both of these and then decline. You want to give me a print and a random die. Unfortunately, I can't help you, so I will decline. And now we've got 4 mediums. I can give you a single medium, and you'll give me 30. So we lose a little bit of money. Or no, we don't lose money on this one. This is worth 36. This is worth 48. So we came out ahead on that one. 2 medium, 2 small for a small, a reroll, and 199. I feel like this is pretty good. The problem is without any splits. This is the problem with Verdant dice, though, you can see, is now it makes these too good to sell. So we would have to sell this at a little bit of a loss. And this one at a lot loss, these two at a little bit of a loss. I don't think there's a way to see how many more traders are left, but I'm gonna decline this one. 2 mediums for 49 and a reroll. Which essentially is 2 highs in this case. I mean, we gotta take something at some point, right? I'll do this one. But that's probably a bad idea. 1 small for 18, which is actually 16. Yeah, I'll take it. Merchant. Spawn an extra die at the start of each day. After each pay period, gain 2 ability charges randomly. Dice scrapped at the end of the day are worth more stacks with similar effects. Oh. I'm pretty sure I have to take Slotto Disc here. 2 random ability charges seems slightly better than the other 2, even though these are both really good. So I appreciate this. So far, every relic we've seen seems impactful. So I will definitely take that one. Medium and a small for 20. I mean, I could re-roll, but I'm going to decline that one. And we're just going to carry both of these over into the next one. We only made 122 in profit. We're going to need to make a lot more cash these next 2 days. After giving the shop a quick sweep, you empty the dustpan into the garbage, but are startled at a loud thunk. A rogue dice must have gotten lost in a transaction, so we have +1 basic dice. Do we have a count of how many dice we get somewhere? I don't think we do. Well, let's bring these 2 out and open. A high and 3 mediums for 3 regular smalls. So quick back of the napkin math here. We got 144 plus another 36. So we're sitting at 170, 180 or 36, 42 or 44. 54 plus 88. So we would be taking a loss on this trade, especially since we're giving up a Verdant die. But we have a reroll, so we can also reroll those smalls. Oh, it seems like it's randomly Verdant or not. We don't have any coupons, but I'm going to read these anyways. +1 customer each day, 1 man's trash. We already saw that one. As a positive Dice Corp sanctioned die type to your dice pool. All these relics seem really cool. 4 mediums for 90, a small, and a random. I'm gonna just decline. $25 in a small for a medium and a small. That seems totally okay. Actually, you know what? Here, you can have this sharp one. 23 for 2 smalls. That's a terrible deal. Medium for a small, or 2 mediums for a small and 21. I'll raise this, which I forgot. Using an ability, where is it? Whenever you use an ability, there's a small chance to spawn a low dice. So we got a low dice for using that ability. So we basically got it for free. 3 mediums for a small and a split. This is a reroll if I've ever seen one. That works for me. 1 small for 39, easiest money of my life. 4 mediums for 31 and a split. You can go somewhere that is not right here. Rerolls are nice, but I would much prefer to carry these over than get a reroll in 26. We've got a split. We can do this deal for 165. So that's 72, 36, 18. That is less than 165. So why don't we split this and give you everything, and we get a bunch of money. We don't get to carry anything over, but 497, we need 700. We should be able to get that the next day. So yeah, this is definitely a really solid game for me to kind of have around. I don't know if I'm going to be playing it a lot, but definitely one where once we kind of get used to the flow of the game, we can do it kind of quickly. This is definitely a, you know, throw this into an 8-hour stream, or let's just do one of these runs to start off a regular stream. Streets seem unusually empty on your walk home until a cloaked figure rounds a corner and bumps into you, sending you both tumbling to the floor. Figure's hood flies back, revealing a frail, frenzied alien creature. As you sit up, you notice a strange green dice has landed in your lap, but the creature hasn't noticed it yet. Start tomorrow with the mysterious dice. Oh, you bet we're going to carry the mysterious dice. I got a mysterious power achievement, so we have no idea what this is. Seems fun. That's a bad deal. Just straight up, that's a bad deal. Okay, so it looks like you can complete one offer with it. Maybe. I'm going to decline that one. 2 medium for 2 small and 49. I believe that is straight profit. We have this available, but that gives up 4 dice for not enough money. I feel like this is a good use case for the alien die, but we've seen bigger deals than this. 2 random, a split. I mean, this one we can't do, unfortunately, but this is actually a decent deal. 1 medium for 1 small and 18, so that's dead on, just exact trade, fair value, so on and so forth. A high and 2 mediums. We don't have 2 mediums, so unfortunately I must decline your offer. Welcome back, Adrian. 4 mediums, so we do not have the 4 mediums. We're a little ability light at the moment. So we did get a random ability. We've got a reroll. I do not know how many customers are left. Oh, I just realized the queue in the background is your queue. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so we've got person currently being served and then 3 people in line who are obviously not socially distant. So with 3 people left, I'm going to decline this. And then I will definitely re-roll for this one. If we had re-rolled on the last one, we would have gotten the 2 mediums we needed to do this deal. You hate to see it. 1 medium for 21. Sell it at a loss because we got to get to our payment. We don't have any coupons, but just glancing. Adds a random dice type to your dice pool. Spawn 3 extra dice at the start of each day. That seems good. Adds a positive, and we already seen that one. Okay. So that's the end of the day, and we just have to hope that these 4 dice are enough to get us to 700. I do not remember why or how much each is worth. 36, 694. Ah! Well, I got the achievement, A Lesson in Capitalism, which seems appropriate. All right, are there any unlocks? It does not appear as if there are unlocks. So I'm going to put this right in the same camp as Luck Be a Landlord. This is a very solid game. I can definitely see myself playing it a lot. It came out last August. There's been 1 patch. So this may be one of those developers that spent a lot of time working on their game, got it out into early access, and then was like, I got to take a break because I'm just burnt out as heck. Totally understand. That's what happened with One Step from Eden for the most part. So I'm gonna keep this game kind of, you know, in the front of my mind and expect to see a bit more of it. I definitely want to play more runs and try to see what different stuff the game has to offer. But I think that's going to do it for checking out Cubic Currency. Thank you all so much for watching. If you're out there on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see more stuff like this in the future. And come check us out live over on twitch.tv/Runt9plays. But until next time, I'm Runt9, and I'll see you later.